So you guys are in for a treat. We have a great conversation that's going to happen next. It actually is going to be led by our own NADA president and CEO, Mike Stanton. So here's what we're going to do. As they come to the stage, this isn't a graduation. So as they come to the stage, you can just give them a round of applause as they come up. What we're going to be talking about is actually a conversation with CarsCommerce, DG, Salesforce, and as I just mentioned, our very own NADA President and CEO, Mike Stanton. So do me a favor, let's welcome up the rest of our guests. We have Julian Schneider, who is the Chief Strategy Officer with CarsCommerce. We have Jeremy Beaver, who is the CEO of DG Dealer Cloud. And we have Connor Martson, who is the President of North American Industrial Consumer and Energy Industries for Salesforce. All right, gentlemen, you ready?
We're ready.
Stage is yours. Let's do it.
So welcome. Is this guy working?
Nope.
How about now? How about now? All right.
Oh, there you go.
All right, we're off to a great start.
Yeah, that's right.
So, Jeremy, you guys got some good things cooking.
We're trying.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
That's it. Well, no, we just announced Dealer Cloud. We're really exciting. As you know, at DG, we're a Bay Area dealer group, 15 locations in the heart of Silicon Valley. We are known for building technology, and we're really excited to launch this partnership today with CarsCommerce and Salesforce as enterprise technology here for retail automotive, just like every other real business, and so we're excited.
So how's this going to help dealers improve the customer experience?
Yeah, well, everything at DGG, we are focused on using technology to make sure that it creates better efficiency for our team, so our sales teams, our service teams, really through data, and then being able to provide that world-class guest experience. We believe modernization in automotive, especially in the retail brick-and-mortar experience, is going to be the future where automotive is, and really, really excited for our Salesforce partnership.
Connor, let's talk about that. Salesforce, the automotive retail business, why the interest?
Well, so first of all, Salesforce is the #1 CRM in the world. And so we support every industry. We support a lot of large OEMs today. And we really didn't have the right partner to focus on in the dealer community until we found the DG and the Cars.com partnership. Because it wasn't just about providing CRM, it was about providing CRM specific to what the dealer needs were. And so now we're mixing the best of both worlds. The world's leading CRM, enterprise grade, trust is our core value, together with the industry experts to build and surpass the experiences that folks can get today from their CRM and ideally help them drive more revenue.
Yeah, Julian, your perspective from CarsCommerce.
Yeah, I think we are super excited about the partnership. I think, first of all, starting with technology that's been used in a store that has proven results, right? I think that's already a great starting point. I think partnering up with Salesforce and building on top of their platform, I think is also a unique opportunity about scale and trust. And actually, yesterday I had someone ask me a question of like, well, how come Salesforce isn't in auto? And I was like, well, come today at 3. And so I think it's actually a great opportunity to bring technology that's been successful outside of the dealership landscape to auto. And I think for us, a lot of the vision for CarsCommerce and Cars.com is how do we actually help connect the pieces and the data that we have from our core Cars.com connected marketplace to actually help dealers across the country work more efficiently and be able to reduce a login here, a point solution there, that's just going to simplify the operations and break through the famous 10 cars a month, right? That's been the norm in the industry for
100 years, yeah.
Yeah. I was about to say 40, but I'll take you at 100.
That's it.
I think it's at least 50.
That's right, yeah.
So we talk a lot about data in our industry, and data, whose data is it? How's it going to be secure? Data has to move. We got to focus on the customer, but dealerships have OEM partners. Like you look at the vendor, there's 600 vendors on the floor out there. The data has to move in a secure way, in an efficient way, to make sure we can take care of the customer. Customer doesn't care about all of our kind of back-end integration issues that are pretty darn complicated. So talk to us about data security and how, again, your new project here is going to bring efficiency.
Yeah, well, I think you just touched on it, and actually you and I have been speaking a lot about that on data security and then just data aggregation, and how do we use data in the automotive industry between dealers, OEMs, our partners, and be able to put that all in one place and create the most efficient ecosystem. That for us definitely entered Salesforce when you think about commercial grade, enterprise technology, and data security is very important. For us as dealers, 17,000, 18,000 franchise dealers, we believe that the data at the dealership is the dealer's data, full stop. We believe that if you use that in a proper way with OEMs, with our partners, that really it's 1 + 1 + 1 equals whatever that large number is, so that we all can win to create not only more efficient businesses, but a better consumer journey at the end of the day, which will be a lot of success for us.
And I'm guessing Salesforce knows a little bit about data.
We know a thing or two about data security. And so if you think about the largest healthcare systems in the world use Salesforce for data. So our all personal health information, Salesforce has to secure. Our DoD uses CRM to track their most sensitive systems. We know how to secure data. But there's one point I want to make from a data standpoint, because I know it's sensitive to this community. We made a pledge at Salesforce that your data is not our product. We don't resell your data. We don't share your data externally. We don't use it to our advantage. And so what we do is we protect it, and we give you the control on where you want to share it, where you want to extend it in a safe and secure way. And so in this partnership, you're going to have the best of both worlds, a very personalized experience on how to drive CRM with data control and access and AI built on top of it to really drive a level of efficiency that this industry has never seen before.
Yeah, you know, Julian, why do you think if our country's figured this out, or even the globe has figured this out in terms of health information, financial information, why has the car business been so late to the party?
I mean, I think it's not only in, I don't think it's only in the US. I think when you look across the globe, the auto category generally is one where there's a lot of fragmentation in the tech stack. And so I think across the globe, right, auto is generally something that behaves in a very verticalized notion. And I think it's a little bit of the chicken and the egg, right? I think the more verticalized you get, the harder it is for horizontal players to come in. But I think here we have a very unique combination to actually break the mold and remove a little bit of the friction and remove some of those point solutions, right, that I think Jeremy was talking about that are in the way of a great consumer experience.
And we're a dealer just like everyone else, right? And so selling a car, servicing a car, we have 20, 30, 40 systems that all have their own data, and where does it go, and how do you use it? And so being able to get more to a platform, more to a modern scale will really help efficiency in all of these different plays. And it could be in marketing, it could be, we talked about AI, which is obviously the buzzword here this week for sure, or CDPs, being able to have data in a place that can partner with our manufacturers, partner with our partners, our marketing players, because that is really where the pressure still continues to live. Every OEM wants to have their own programs, they want to have their own data, and as they want to have the dealers on these similar platforms, there's not really this scale yet that can really move the industry in this modern stage like other businesses outside of automotive.
Yeah, talk a little bit about, I mean, from my perspective, the NADA, we have to protect dealers. We have to make sure that they're going to be kept out of harm's way. AI, we're concerned about that. We've got to figure out from a compliance perspective what dealers need to do. And then you've got the car companies, dealers focused on the same customer, maybe fighting over the customer at times, which is horribly inefficient. How is AI going to play into that? We've got vendor, dealer AI issues, and we had emerging trends. So what does this product mean in terms of AI? How and make it really simple for a guy like me to understand?
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you for all the work protecting the dealers. It's very important, and everything is changing here, especially in the auto industry, faster than it ever has before. When we think about AI for us in this product, it should really just enhance the day-to-day workflows in a lot of these items. It shouldn't be another hindrance on the operation. It should just really create more efficiency, more scale, more performance.
How about an example?
I mean, the easiest one that probably is a little old for in normal modern, but just email writing, automatic responses, being able to really follow a consumer in their journey and help our team have better conversations with guests, which in turn will have a better guest experience at the end of the day.
Do you see, if a dealer were to subscribe, and I want to talk about how dealers get involved in this in a minute, do you see efficiencies in terms of personnel costs potentially?
Absolutely. So what you get with Salesforce is you get the world's largest AI platform localized for your business. So just to give you some scale from a Salesforce perspective with security at the trust, We have, we talk about AI agents. Salesforce today has 18,000 businesses using our AI agents today in production. Go to williamsonoma.com. You can see their AI sous chef that they use to help with recipes and selling dishes and returning items, all automatically, saving them a lot of temporary labor costs. And so when we think about this AI platform, it's not just about the task. Yes, we can help write emails. We have what's called an SDR agent. So a lead comes in, you can actually have an AI agent actually go and qualify it and drive it. We're actually driving revenue without ever touching the customer because the AI can actually have the conversation back and forth with the customer. And then it can take actions. It can book the appointment on your behalf, it can schedule that appointment. You can use it as an FAQ to understand everything that needs to be known about the car and answer all the questions, the totality of all your information. And then if other third parties want to share their information, you can use that insight as well. But then you mentioned the OEMs, who we do a lot of their CRM and CDP today. And so you're going to have to start thinking about, from an AI standpoint, agent-to-agent interactions. We're moving into this world where agents are going to do work on behalf of other people. We're one of the few small companies that are building the standards for agent-to-agent communication. So your agent talking to the Ford agent, talking to the GM agent, that's how you're going to securely orchestrate and share data to unlock this value. So if a lead comes in from their agent, your agent responds, communicates back to the customer, and then you can report back to the OEM the action that you took, and having a complete closed loop marketing type of flow. That's going to drive efficiency, and it's going to build trust with your partners as well, that when they're investing their data in you, they're getting a response back, but it's not creating a labor burden on you to drive that reporting. So there's a lot of scenarios that I think you're going to find that you're going to have efficiency, but once again, it's this platform that's tried and true across other industries that we are finally, and it's about time, bringing to the dealer community.
So, real life example, customer starts their journey, OEM website, and now we've got a customer talking to an agent. How does the dealer get involved at that point? And we make sure, because historically there have been issues with OEMs improperly routing customers to dealers.
So you're never going to be able to stop bad behavior from an OEM. If they want to have that relationship with the customer, qualify that lead, in the US, eventually the car is going to need to be sold. So at some point in time, there's going to have to be a transfer. And so that's a conversation that the OEM is going to have from that perspective. But from an efficiency standpoint, what we're going to be able to do is it's going to be a very trusted system for them to be able to pass their lead that they generated over to you, to your agent, to further the conversation forward, and then make a determination when you want to put the human in the loop to drive the conversation forward. And sometimes you may put the human in the loop, sometimes the AM may close the opportunity. Like, that's kind of the world that we're moving into. But you're going to have a trusted protocol with the other agents. You can have that communication. And as a dealer, like, you don't have the time and energy to invest in how your agents are going to communicate with another company's agents and what you're going to drive. So it's going to create this digital divide that I think this partnership is really going to help to unlock for the broader community.
Yeah, and that's where NADA wants, so that's kind of the space where we would want to be involved in, is helping with the dealer perspective with the OEMs and make sure that they're doing it the right way. So let's talk about how dealers get involved.
Yep.
What I read in your press release?
No. Well, it just came out. No, we are in very early stages of picking our pilots, and we're going to pick a very, very select group of dealers. They're going to help build the rest of the product, help shape the future of all these items, work with NADA, work with all of our partners, as you talked about, whether they're marketing partners, whether they're OEMs, to really hone in this next level of this consumer journey. And so we're going to be doing that over the next couple of days. We're going to then select our dealers, and you're going to see this in really full scale by the end of 2026. That will then bolt on to be able to be scaled in many different ways. When you think about Salesforce as an engine, one of the things that DG has done for the last 3 years is we've been on our own system operating our business, is really getting with Salesforce and getting an out-of-a-box solution that Salesforce, using now Dealer Cloud, dealers can go in, they're going to be able to sign up, add in all their integrations, and it's just going to be very simple and turnkey. No developers, no random seats, no data. It's just going to be able to go in, turn it on, and really get the fruits of all the labor that we're all doing. Because at the end of the day, for us dealers, this is still a very human business. We have these teams, we have OEM related, we have all the things that we need to do, and this just needs to be something to plug in and really make significant enhancements to their business.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of companies talk about being dealer focused, but the fact that you are involved in this, Jerry, I mean, I've known you for quite a while, is fantastic. So I'm a dealer sitting in the audience, and I want to sign up. What's the process? attack you as soon as
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
done
I
here
think you
in-
got to
in
give
3
Julian like a
minutes?
couple $100 or something and see if you can get on the list. Yeah, but yeah, there's gonna be
So
more.
Julian's a cheap date.
Yeah, me a couple thousand for sure. But no, there's gonna be more announcements from Cars as the partner. They will be our distribution partner, so we will all be through them. There's a lot along the horizon with the integration of their companies and marketing and consumer journeys that they have, and so it's gonna be a really, really fun time over the next couple quarters.
Well, we got a couple minutes left. What did I miss?
I think you covered many pieces. Yeah.
Well, I didn't do anything. I just facilitated the conversation. But anything more, Connor?
I think it's, I think now is the time. There's going to be a profound amount of change that's going to occur over the next couple years with the advent of AI. And all of our businesses are going to be disrupted. And the question you have to ask yourself, are you going to be disrupted in a positive way to drive revenue? Or are you going to be disrupted in a way that others are going to take market share from you? And it's going to be the companies that are going to lean into these new capabilities in a secure and trusted way through the partnership that we're forming here, that I think are going to be the winners in the future. And so I get the opportunity to work with the largest Fortune 500 companies in the world. I run our global data strategy, our AI strategy at Salesforce. And the companies that are embracing this change are the ones that are seeing margin expansion through labor efficiencies and are finding new revenue streams to disrupt the current sales model. And that's an opportunity I think that's being brought to the dealer market through the partnership with DGDG and CarsCommerce.
Yeah.
Well, last year, franchise dealers sold over 96% of new cars in this country, and we want to sell 100%. And the way to do that is to keep getting better.
Yep.
And we need vendors like you and vendors that are on the floor to help us get there. So,
and I think that is really the closing statement. This is a product for dealers by dealers that is going to be able to help drive that business forward, make the efficiencies. We know how to operate car dealerships, and so something to have to be able to plug in is going to be a really, really big piece. I do think I am allowed to say that they can go see it tomorrow morning at Cars just for a little bit if people do want to see it at the booth. But it's going to be it's really going to be one of those evolutions that Connor did talk about of how do you move your business forward. This will be one of those platforms.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.